All right, next up we have the Emiquon region final, pitting number 4 creatures versus number 2 red-eye shad. This is a soft bait versus a hard bait battle, finesse versus power, slow versus fast. As far as the creatures, these are lures that you get a few bites on each one, and then you'll have to replace it as the bass will tear it up, as opposed to the red-eye shad, which you can just keep chucking around until you unfortunately lose one on a snag, or have a fish bust off, or a muskie gets a hold of one, or something like that with teeth. In the creature baits here, what we've got, everybody throws their hat in the ring with a different bait. So we got muskrats and these slurpees. I don't even know what they're called. They're just something cheap and knockoff. The river bug, I think, was the Bass Pro Shops model. Also got some pack of craws here. And then old school, man, we're talking, these are like 35 years old, Jean LaRousse salt craws. I don't even know if they make such a thing anymore. So yeah, it's just kind of fun to look back on those, if nothing else. Looking at the red-eye shads here, I only fish 2 colors, either that orange craw at the top, or the bottom one there is called the sexy shad. These another tip here too, I think I threw this out there before, but if you like a bait and you are confident in it, always have a spare in your tackle box. So I have this one here, unopened package, ready to go, just in case the unfortunate event something would happen to my go-to bait. Or I suppose at the right price I could loan it out to a fishing partner if they got desperate and saw me catching too many fish on one. Essentially, these red-eye shads, they're kind of what I call idiot baits, lipless cranks. For the most part, you just throw them out and reel them in. Keep them just above the moss, or out of whatever structure. Obviously, those trebles dangling in there are trouble if you get into too thick a sort of structure. But throw them out, rip them through the weeds if you can, and many times when that lure pops free from the weeds, that's when a bass will jump right on it. You can also yo-yo these, you kind of throw them out, let them sink, rip them up, let them sink, rip them up, let them sink. But I've never gotten too much into that. It's a little bit too much work for me, even though folks swear by it. I'm just kind of stubborn and old-fashioned. But for the reason that the red-eye shad, faster, that's the way I like to fish. So in this case, the red-eye shad is going to defeat the creatures and move on to the next round.